So, and I've got an anon wave cell helmet here first thing this morning. Now, this is a great helmet if you're making your way out, you're someone who loves to ski, ride, get out there on the slopes. So we're going to go over some of the great basic features, and then we're going to get into those technical features. This helmet comes with an adjustable back, so you can make it fit perfectly. No matter what you are doing, whether you want to throw an extra layer on under there, you can loosen it up, or maybe it's just a little bit too big on you, well, you can tighten it down, that way it's the perfect fit. Another great feature on this helmet was going to be their vents, because it's going to keep you temperature regulated up there on the slope. So if you're someone who runs a little hot, then you pop those vents open. If you're someone like me who runs a little cold, then you keep them closed, and that way you can keep all that heat in there. Now, a new feature that a lot of helmets are doing is the magnet chin strap, and what this does is it allows it to be nice and easy if you're up there on the slopes. Maybe you're struggling to get your helmet buckled with your mittens on, you don't want to make your hands cold. Well, then this magnet system makes it nice and easy. All you do is pinch and slide, get it close by, and it snaps right into place. So pinch, slide, snaps into place, nice and easy. Now let's talk about this wave cell that you can see in here. You see all of that green, that nice pattern in here. What that means, that this helmet can take a serious impact. This helmet is very durable, it is very safe, it is going to keep your brain protected up there on the mountains. So if you're someone who maybe does some intense tree riding or skiing, well then this is the helmet for you, because it is going to keep your brain nice and safe. Now if you're interested in collecting this helmet all on your own, well then make your way to any one of the great Eyepieces location, because they're going to have this helmet and an array of so many more. That way you can find the perfect fit for your head. We're going to take a short break, and when we come back, we've got more.
Good morning, Vail.
Hey, it's your boy, Nephew Tommy, your host for an all-new season of Black College Quiz, where the nation's best and brightest display their knowledge of Black history and culture while competing for prizes and scholarships. So get ready to see HBCU Nation take the academic field. Black College Quiz! BCQ! Black College Quiz! BCQ! Black College Quiz! BCQ! Yeah, man.
Welcome to Hiring America, the television program that helps veterans find jobs and transition back into civilian life. Hi everyone, I'm Gigi Stone Woods. I'm truly honored to host this vital program. Reach out to the opportunities you see on this program by logging onto our website, hiringamerica.net, and by following us on social networking sites such as Twitter. We'll keep that information available throughout the broadcast and on our website 24/7. Now, let's get down to business.
I'm Jason Kennedy, and this is The Wager. Let's go, Wes! We've all heard about this pickleball craze. Celebrities are playing pickleball matches all the time, and they're challenging each other to these ridiculous bets. Now I'm bringing the cameras to their house with new celebrities and a new bet every week.
Hell of a rally there.
It's just real, genuine conversation.
I got invited to Usher's birthday party. What am I doing here?
And some pretty crazy antics.
AI is advancing at a rapid rate, and we had the opportunity to chat with the CEO of Trulio, something that's being introduced here in our community, and we're excited to share how.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Avon Police Department recently partnered with Trulio, a transformative artificial intelligence partner in law enforcement, to use their AI-powered police officer assistant, becoming the first police department in Colorado to use this tool. To talk to us about this innovation and some of its key features, we have Anthony Tassoni, CEO and co-founder of Trulio. Anthony, thanks so much for joining us this morning. How are you doing?
I'm doing well, Daniel. Thanks for having me.
I'm excited to talk to you, Anthony, about Trulio, a little bit about your company, how y'all are helping police departments across the nation, to improve their performance. But before that, I kind of want to hear a little bit of an overview of what is Trulio and maybe a brief history on the company.
Sure. So Trulio is a solution to the problem in policing. We have low officer morale, low recruiting, low retention. Most cities are at 80% capacity. So what Trulio is an AI-powered assistant that goes in the car with the police officer. First thing they do is they talk to it and they start to voice generate reports, right? They go to a call for service, they get in the car. We save them a bunch of time by having a conversation with the officer about what they just saw and experienced. Yeah. And we help write that report. Then the officer can ask Trulio questions about policy. Can I grow a beard? Can I have tattoos? I'm at this domestic violence call and mom and dad need to be arrested. What do I do with the kids? So this assistant is helping them understand policy, state statutes, and we're really excited to be able to help policing around the country.
Yeah, it's quite an innovation to be able to have this kind of tool, or as you mentioned it, this police officer assistant that is in the car with the cops when they are out in the field, and you're helping police departments across the nation, as you mentioned. One of them being the Avon Police Department here locally in our county in Colorado. How did y'all start working with Avon PD? What has been kind of some of that interaction or some of that feedback from the Avon Police Department or other police departments across the nation?
Yeah, so Chief Daly is a leader. They're an accredited agency. Most departments using Trulio are accredited, super professional, super squared away. And so Avon, actually, the AI assistant integrates into their officers' body camera videos. And the reason you want to do that is you want to give officers credit for doing a good job. You want to create an environment of positive reinforcement. So this AI can award the officer high professionalism, high composure. It can talk to the officer and provide coaching and suggestions on how to earn higher scores in Trulio. So the assistant can save officers' careers. It can save lives. It can make sure officers are operating at a level that's super professional.
Yeah. That's definitely a key component of Trulio is that retention, that performance that you mentioned. And I want to get into another thing that you mentioned, Anthony, and that is the body camera footage. That is one of the features that Trulio can do is review some of that footage, because if I'm not mistaken, only about 1% of body cam footage is usually reviewed, whereas Trulio can review much more. Can you tell us a little bit about that and how that works?
That's correct, Daniel. In most departments around the country, they review 0% of body camera footage. Unless there's a horrific incident like a use of force or a civilian complaint, no one's watching any of those videos. Some departments do a random review that's full of supervisor bias and hurts officer morale. So Trulio's come out with 100% body camera review. That way you have an objective, unbiased process for reviewing and scoring officer language. And we see that really improves officer morale. They get credit for doing a good job. It holds everybody accountable, everybody to the same standards. It can help and maintain hiring standards. You might need to avoid X or accumulate enough Y to continue to be employed at this department. So the body camera integration of the AI assistant, it's really critical to maintain high levels of professionalism in the department.
And I can only imagine the amount of time that it saves as well for officers and police departments to be able to go through this footage on a much faster scale rather than having to do so manually or like you said, eliminate some of those biases that come with reviewing body cam footage. You also mentioned, Anthony, before the ability for officers to ask Trulio or ask this AI assistant any questions when they're out on the field. How does that work? Are they speaking directly into their computers, and then are they receiving feedback in real time? Talk to us a little bit about those voice-generated features.
Yeah, that's exactly right. So True Assist is on their laptop in the car, and they can push a button and begin to talk to it. They can ask questions about policy and state statutes. State statutes change all the time, very quickly. There's new technology like license plate readers, and there's different policies around pursuits and whether you can stop people or not. And so the officer will ask Trulio questions about what is in my policy. Remember, these are typically departments are young. About 70% of a department will have 3 years or less on.
Right.
So we need to keep educating and training officers on the latest policies and state statutes. So they'll ask Trulio questions about, can I grow a beard is the number one question inside Trulio at the moment. So even these policy manuals are quite long, and we can help them understand what's expected of them as an officer.
Yeah. And you also mentioned, Anthony, the ability for officers to ask it questions maybe related to previous incidents or previous calls. How does this work? Does the police department kind of program all this information into the system so then Trulio knows kind of what has happened before?
No, so the department just needs to flip some switches and give us access to these databases that already exist. So they have databases called records management system where they keep all their cases. And so if they give us the AI assistant access to that, then they can ask about previous calls for service, right? You might have a problematic business in the neighborhood and you have a new officer, and that officer is not aware of what's happened over the past 5 years at this location. So Trulio can summarize a location to an officer. So when they're driving, where it's very convenient and it's safe, they can listen to what's happened at previous calls for service. It really helps the officer be better prepared and informed and educated before they get to that call. And that inevitably leads them to ask about policy questions and what are the state statutes and why did that happen and what should I do? And again, it's just about preparing and educating and training officers before they arrive.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, I feel like whenever we talk about artificial intelligence, Anthony, we always kind of have to talk about some of the challenges as well as some of the concerns. Have you all run into any challenges, maybe any ethical concerns, any privacy concerns, or maybe even accuracy issues when it comes to transcription, translation, some of those features?
We haven't because we submit ourselves to a lot of studies, right? So Trulio's done efficacy studies. We participate in civilian bias studies, audits. And I think if you're providing AI to American police departments, you need to submit yourself to these studies. And one of the things we do is we auto-redact all PII. So any names, addresses, streets, socials, all of that is totally redacted in our product. The AI assistant will not transcribe that. It doesn't make it searchable. We don't want to be used as a surveillance tool. Trulio is an approved use case by these AI vendors. And so we're quite proud of the efficacy and ethical studies that have come out on Trulio that are available on our website.
Yeah, such an interesting innovation that is definitely helping police departments across the nation. It's helping our local Avon Police Department, and I'm sure other police departments will continue to adapt to this tool. If there's any interest, Anthony, from other police departments, how can they go about in working with you guys?
Just go to our website, trulio.co, and click Contact Us. The voice generated reports are 100% for free. Any department can get started today.
There you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Trulio.co is that website to find out more information. Anthony, thank you so much for joining us and telling us a little bit about this AI-powered police officer assistant that is helping officers out in the field. I appreciate you taking the time to speak with us today.
Thank you, Daniel. Appreciate you.
We're going to take a short break, ladies and gentlemen, and we'll be back with more of the show after this. So stay tuned. We'll be right back.
Good morning, Vail.
Coming at you from around the world. The biggest names in sports, entertainment, and business.
Here we go.
Yeah, there's no way.
Exclusive access and one-on-one conversations.
Yeah, you guys really did some deep research.
I don't think we should give him any more information.
In depth with Graham Bensinger.
Did you know that all Eagle County residents and visitors can get a free Eagle Valley Library District card? All you need is a photo ID. You get our online databases and resources, free music, free streaming, all from wherever you have internet access. Free audiobooks and e-audiobooks straight to your phone. Go into your Eagle Valley Library District branch today and get your library card.
Good morning, Vail.
The Avon Police Department has a great new technology that they're introducing. Well, we had the opportunity to sit down, chat with them, and get all of the information, and we're excited to share it with you.
Ladies and gentlemen, we recently had the opportunity to learn about Trulio, a company that partners with police departments across the nation to offer its AI-powered assistant for police officers, and to tell us how they've been using it at their department and how it's been helping their performance, their police officers, and give us a little inside scoop of how it is actually to use this tool. We have Chief Greg Daly from the Avon Police Department joining us this morning. Chief, thank you so much for being here. Avon PD is the first police department in Colorado to use Trulio. So you guys have some experience with it, and today we're going to be learning all about it. And thanks for being here with us today.
Well, good morning, and thank you for having me. Yeah, we are the first in Colorado, so we're pretty proud of that. This is a tool that we had seen towards the end of last year, and we organized to do a pilot with the company. And as a result of that pilot, we have contracted with them as a service to the Avon Police Department. You know, there are a variety of different aspects of this particular tool. One of the aspects is that we can dictate reports. So, for example, the other night, one of my sergeants was finishing an arrest, was driving back from the hospital to Avon, and in that period was able to dictate on his way that report over, obviously, hands-free in his vehicle. So by the time he got back to the police department, the majority of the report had been written. The dictation is obviously downloaded into the Trulio app, and then there is a facility to sort of structure that into a report format with paragraphs, et cetera, and I have a little bit of an Irish accent, so I've been actually pretty impressed because I don't have a lot of success with dictation. I'll be honest with you. My Siri app is the Irish version because just the Irish, our THs, we tend to have issues with THs. But anyway, in that regard, that's one aspect of it. Another very important aspect is that it reviews all of our body camera footage. So when we dock our body cameras at the station, that body camera footage is downloaded, and in turn, Trulio analyzes all of our body cameras, all 100% of our body cameras. In that regard, then, it's analyzing it for professionalism, for the use of professional language in relation to explaining to somebody we've stopped on a traffic stop, for example, as to why we've stopped them, and being professional in our language and our communication. So it rates us on our level of professionalism.
Okay.
Obviously, if there's any bad language used in that interaction by the person we're dealing with, that's going to be highlighted to a supervisor. Supervisor will be able to review that and say, okay, that was the other side of this and not the officer. If, unfortunately, an officer uses a swear word, what they shouldn't be, but sometimes things occur,
Right.
that will be a mentoring moment for the supervisor to sit down with that officer and say, okay, why did you say in that way? Why did you get agitated, whatever else? How can we better approach this situation and de-escalate it? The other aspect is any use of force. If we are using force,
Okay.
for example, we're saying taser or that is introduced into the language, well, then that's going to be highlighted as well to the supervisor. On top of that, then we have the ability to get, in that respect, since we've been using it beginning of December, there's been 8,400 hours of body camera footage analyzed by AI. Funnily enough, they give a little information on the when we log on from an admin perspective, and it estimates that if we had sergeants, for example, review that footage, it would have cost us about $346,000 in pay to review all that.
Wow.
So that's a huge benefit in that regard. Another aspect of it is I was at a Chiefs conference in October, and I was listening to the chief of Fort Collins and Boulder talk about AI assist in doing reports and whatever else. And one aspect that I didn't realize was the mental health side of it.
Okay.
And I was going, it took me a couple of seconds, and I was listening to them.
Right.
We can have very busy shifts, and we have been working short-staffed. We've got 4 people in the academy, started a week ago, so we're hopefully going to be up to full staff towards the end of October.
Right.
But in that regard, we've had a lot of stress on our officers. Sometimes they'll finish a shift being down 4 or 5 reports.
Right.
Pretty heavy, meaty reports. And that can be very stressful because they know they're going to have to spend another 4 hours doing reports, are coming in on their days off.
Yeah.
So being able to help that and be more efficient in that report process is helping them in that regard and lowering that anxiety. So I was really impressed. I didn't factor that in myself, but it was really good to hear it from those 2 chiefs.
Yeah, maybe it's not a direct tool or it's not a direct effect of using AI, but it is, it's relieving the officer some time, giving them a little more peace of mind. It's saving you money. It's saving you time from reviewing all of this camera footage. I think when we spoke to Anthony Tassoni, the CEO of Trulio, he said on average, I think only about 1% of body cam footage is reviewed by humans, by officers. And now the ability that this tool allows you to review 100% of it. It highlights certain areas or certain points during these conversations. I think it really is, from what I hear at least, it's a great tool to use. Are there any challenges, drawbacks? Is accuracy ever a concern? Ethics, privacy, any of those things when using a tool like this?
Excellent questions, yeah. So to address some of those things. Obviously, we're only interested in AI if it's a benevolent use of that technology.
Yeah.
We serve our community. Our mission statement of the Avon Police Department is to serve to better our community. So we would not in any way want to adopt anything that is going to be harmful to our community. Yeah. We want to be more efficient in our report writing. We want more accurate reports. We want the reports to be grammatically better, ultimately, because that goes to our district attorney's office, our town prosecutor. Both of those entities review our reports. They want them to be concise, capturing all of the facts, which lead to a better prosecution. And ultimately, from our perspective, that's getting justice for our victims. So it's a win-win in that regard. In relation to the ethics, yes, obviously, the officers have to review those reports before they submit them. So they may have been getting AI assistance, but at the end of the day, it's their report. They're swearing to that report. If they go to court, they're swearing and affirming that these facts are correct. So obviously, we're not going to go to the extent of, a report is generated just by the body camera and the officer doesn't look at the report and it's just generated that way. That is not something we will do because ethically that would not be the right thing to do.
Right.
When this whole conversation came up, about AI, somebody said, listen, you've been using AI for years. Siri on your iPhones is an AI product.
Right.
We use AI in so many different realms of our life, but at the end of the day, we need to be using it where it's beneficial to the people that we serve. And we did a pilot on that, and we wanted to make sure we were comfortable with that. I spoke to a colleague on the East Coast that's been dealing with this particular company for quite a while, a massive sheriff's office. And so we wanted to make sure we had done our evaluation of this tool, and so far it's been a very positive experience.
Awesome. Well, it definitely sounds like AI is in the future of society, and I'm sure it'll be in the future of police departments as well, as you try to implement these tools in the best of your ability to continue serving communities. And it sounds like that's what you guys are doing with Trulio. So thanks for giving us kind of your firsthand experience with this tool and taking the time to speak with us today.
And thank you for having me.
Thank you, Chief Daly. Avon PD, ladies and gentlemen, is the first department in Colorado to implement this tool. And here you have a little bit of that experience from Chief Daly. We're going to take a short break, and we'll be back with more of the show after this. So stay tuned. We'll be right back.
Good morning, Vail.
Join us on board the Leadville Railroad Winter Express. Stay cozy in our heated lounge cars. Marvel at the stunning winter landscape. Sip delicious hot chocolate. Don't forget to check out our new specials. Book today at leadvillerailroad.com.
One of the longest-running syndicated television series is back, America's Black Forum, a weekly series highlighting the latest in our lifestyles, business, entertainment, and finance. We introduce you to entrepreneurs who are making their mark in the business world and leaders who are fighting for change.
Welcome to America's Black Forum.
Tune in each week to know what's happening in our world today on America's Black Forum.
Hello, my name is Jeffrey Morgan. I'm with Ron Byrne and Associates. And today I'd like to welcome you to Mine House and Mi Casa, a premier bed and breakfast right here at the base of Beaver Creek Mountain. Let's go inside.
This property is currently being run as a bed and breakfast with 20 bedrooms, all with ensuite bathrooms. Right now we are standing in Mi Casa, and next door we also have Mine House. A wonderful opportunity to own a turnkey hospitality business, but it's also an opportunity to own it as a private residence. It can be sold all as one or in individual pieces, however you choose.
So now that we've had a chance to show you these two amazing properties, Mi Casa and Mine House,
we would love the opportunity to show you in person. Give us a call.
It's time for the best coverage of the top stories in sports. The Sports Wrap with Jason Page starts now.
How do you make Anthony Edwards the face of your franchise if you're the Minnesota Timberwolves? We'll get into that.
And we say hello to our good friend Matt Verderam, who hangs out with us from SI.com. Their NFL insider, one of them, is hanging out with us on the program today. Did you see Caitlin Clark last night? She put up a 40-burger, hits the game-winning three as time expires. Let's turn our attention to the Denver Broncos, one of the NFL's most dysfunctional situations.
The Sports Wrap with Jason Page.
TVA Vail is proud to announce the Wacky Winter Reading Program. We're asking children of all ages, K and even the teenagers going up to 12th grade, read 10 books or 1,000 pages by April 30th, 2025. You can find all the details on our website, tva-vail.com. Thank you to our sponsor, the lovely Eagle Valley Library District, where you can go pick up your book and have a great time. Have a great winter from your friends at TVA Vail.
Good morning, Vail.
love stepping into the kitchen with Kim because we can always learn something new, and especially those of us who are inexperienced chefs. So we're going to step into the kitchen with Kim and Gretchen to make some hummus.
Like I said, Gretchen and I are in the kitchen. We are hanging out. It is a girls' morning on this Monday morning
I love
edition
it.
of Good Morning Vail. But speaking of, there are lots of things that we like to call girl dinner and snacks and all of the fun
it's girl
stuff.
snack.
It is. So we are in the kitchen and we are making hummus, which is, this is, in my opinion, better than store-bought. 100%.
And I'll be honest with you, so I was vegetarian for 10 years, and hummus is one of my go-tos still to date. Like, I love hummus, so I'm really stoked, and I thought it was a lot harder than it is. So
it's great. So we've got all kinds of things to snack with it, but we'll talk about that in a second. But the trick to hummus is the layering and how you put the ingredients in, and that makes it all lighter and more fluffy and all of that.
Because you don't want it heavy or runny. Or
You don't, and it can be very thick. So you actually start with your tahini and lemon juice.
Okay.
So that's the basis. So what we're going to do is we're going to do 1/4 of a cup of tahini. So we've got a measuring cup and we're going to put about 1/4 of the cup of the tahini in there, and then also the lemon juice. So we can just dump the lemon juice into our blender right here. Smells delicious.
Yeah,
so
it
this
really
is
does.
freshly squeezed. It's about a half a lemon, and it's okay that the seeds are in there because it's going to be blended up.
Okay.
And then we're putting 1/4 of a cup of the tahini. Now, the trick with the tahini is to make sure that it's well stirred, which you were doing it before the commercial break.
Yes.
We are crushing it.
Well, and you're right, because it was kind of layered. The liquid was on the top, so and it's a better consistency, you know?
Tahini is, it's great. That's what gives it a little bit of that sesame flavor.
I love the smell, too. Is that weird? I love how it smells.
It's great. So we're going to just go ahead and add a little bit in here. I'd say we're just going to scoop it straight in, right? Just like that. We're going to put one more spoonful in. So that's about 1/4. And now, Gretchen, what you can do for me is we've got the garlic cloves.
Yep.
That's also a really good one. So that's about 1/4 of a cup of tahini.
Ooh,
right?
That's intense for this morning.
It is. It's a great
that
way.
woke me up.
Great way to get started here. So we've got the tahini in here. We're going to hang on to the garlic first.
And now, Kim, is this, how many garlic cloves is this?
That is one. So
Okay.
You're just going to dice it up and get this. This is always a fun part. I love putting the lid on this. So the trick to this is blending this for an amount of time. So we're going to blend it for about 45 seconds here. So all you have to do is start, let it go.
Perfect.
It's just going to blend it and whip it and cream the tahini and the lemon juice.
But it's important to do this before we put, okay.
Yeah. So we're letting it blend, right now we're at about 20 seconds or so.
I love it.
Keep it going.
I'm just shocked how easy this is. I truly thought that making hummus would be very hard.
It's really not.
Yeah.
It's really not.
But that teaches you, you just have to read and do it.
Yep. So it looks good there. We're just going to scrape it down a little bit more. Yep. Can you smell the nuttiness of the sesame?
I love it.
Right? All right.
I can smell the garlic. Woo.
So we're getting ready to throw all of that in here too. So we've got what you can also do for me.
Yes.
2 tablespoons
Okay.
of the olive oil.
Perfect.
Yep. So we're going to put 2 of those into here.
Does it matter what kind of olive oil we use?
It really
for this?
doesn't.
Okay.
I like to do organic olive oil.
Perfect.
I love. There we go. Go ahead and throw that in there. I love to do California olive oil. That's a favorite one of mine.
Okay, but it truly doesn't matter. It's kind of up to your
perfect. We'll throw in the garlic next.
Discretion.
Discretion.
All right, the garlic. Whew, that is intense.
It is strong. We can smell it, but I tell you what, it's going to make this quite delicious. And then we're going to add a little bit of cumin.
Okay.
Which we've got here. So with that cumin, you're going to do about a 1/2 teaspoon.
Okay.
So, yep, super easy on these measurements. We'll do a 1/2 teaspoon there. No pressure.
I know, I got it. I got you.
You're crushing it.
I know, for the woman
And
that
you can
does not
honestly just
cook.
kind of-
Okay.
Yes, sparkle.
Look like this.
Look at you. You're doing a
I'm
great job,
learning.
Gretchen.
I'm learning. Thank you.
I'm telling you,
Maybe
this
a
is
little
a
bit more.
great party trick to bring.
Yes.
Either to have it at home, because now you know all the ingredients that you're putting in.
I'll be honest,
That
I would
looks
feel
great.
so good coming in and being like, oh, I have my own hummus that I made.
Oh, and then the best part is like this is a great base layer, so then you can add your own flavor
Right,
to it.
yes.
So we're gonna blend it again, and you just kind of keep blending and layering.
Okay.
Yeah.
easy enough.
We're letting it go. You know,
I love that. I'm genuinely excited because listen, when I see my friends and family and I'm like, oh, I made my own hummus, they're gonna be like, the girl has finally gotten it together. She has made it in life.
She has made it
She
in
can
life.
do her own hummus.
Right. Okay. Great. We're gonna put a little bit of salt. So I like to use on this salt. It's got 3 different options to pour it.
Right.
I like to use the big 3 circles of it.
Okay.
So we'll just add some salt in there.
Should I do it?
I'll just tell you when.
Okay.
All right. So that's perfect. Great. No, that's exactly right. That's exactly right.
You said the big option. I went with the
You
big
went
option.
with the big option, and that's okay because we can always add more to it. Totally fine. All right.
We like it salty here at Good Morning Vail, if you haven't noticed.
It's true. So now we've got our chickpeas, and that is obviously the base of hummus. So what I did with the chickpeas is we opened the can, and then we drained the liquid out of it. And the liquid is called aquafaba.
Cool.
Because we are going to still use some of it back into the
Interesting.
hummus.
So it gives more of the flavor, and this is the consistency.
Exactly. So we're going to put just half the can into the blender now. So just go ahead and pour a little bit of a half in there. A little over, it's fine.
That's
but we do that so that it just blends equally and evenly. We're going to blend it now.
Oh, it looks really good.
Looking great.
And it smells really good. Yeah, I like it.
All right.
I'm impressed.
And now we're going to add, we can add the rest of it in there, and then we'll add 1 more tablespoon of olive oil into the mix.
Okay, so
the rest of the chickpeas.
Perfect.
You can throw that in there. Looking great. Awesome.
Perfect.
And then we'll put half a tablespoon of olive oil.
All right.
And then we're just going to blend it. And so we'll just sit here and smile and talk because kitchen noises are loud. You're doing such a good job.
Oh, cooking. I love it.
Looks great to me.
All right. It does look really good.
Okay. Now this is the fun part. So we've got 30 seconds of straight blending. Here we go.
We use our outside voices for
outside voices.
Very loud.
It's looking great.
I wish you could smell it at home. It smells so good. It really does. You're making me hungry. I've had hummus many a day for breakfast. I love how it tastes. It's interesting. My family does not think it's good, but I love it.
I love hummus too. So if you look at it, you can kind of see the consistency. Like there are still some pieces of the chickpea in here, and that's okay.
Right.
You know, it really doesn't matter. And this is the fun part where we're going to add the aquafaba into it.
Oh,
so
awesome.
What you can do is take the tablespoon and you just dip it in there, and we're going to do 2 to 3 tablespoons of it. Or you can use cold water.
Okay.
So not warm water. You want to make sure that it's cold.
And Kim, I was going to ask you, is sometimes hummus is just very smooth, but I have had really good hummus that has the chickpeas kind of sticking out of it. Is that just whatever you like?
It's really whatever preference that you want to. So we've got 3 tablespoons of the aquafaba in there. Looking great. And honestly, we're just going to blend it, and then we get to
blend
try
away.
it.
I love
blend,
this.
Try
blend and try.
Looking great.
I cannot believe how easy this is. I know I've said that 8 times, but really you would think it would be a huge process.
Yeah.
And it's not.
Yeah, looking great. And you can kind of just see right in there. The hummus is looking awesome. I'm going to say, I love the consistency of this.
Are we just going to dip it in?
We're just going to dip those veggies in there. I love to serve it with fresh veggies.
Yes.
What's your favorite?
I love veggies and pita bread.
Pita bread, yeah.
But these crackers are amazing.
Mary's Gone crackers are my favorite cracker.
But I do love nothing better than a carrot stick. What would you like?
I'm going with the carrot stick.
Okay, let's do it.
They're right here in front of me. So it's, you can just you can smell the nuttiness of the sesame. You can smell the garlic, the fresh garlic.
Oh, cheers.
Cheers.
There you go.
You can also just smell like all of the aroma. It's quite
Oh my
delicious.
gosh, it is really good. I'm not even just saying that. It's really good. Wow.
As we sit here and chew on our carrots. Hummus is a great, easy way to entertain your guests and to wow them. So
I am going to wow everyone by making my own hummus. This is awesome.
Can't wait to share this with friends and family over the next weekend or so.
And can I have one question for you?
Sure.
So you know how there's all the different types of hummus, like the roasted red pepper, and different. Do you just add that in there?
Literally just add it in and blend it up and make sure that it's a consistency that you want.
Wow.
So easy
I'm
to
excited.
add whatever flavors that you want to into your hummus. But that being said, we're going to snack on veggies and hummus over the commercial break, and we'll be back with more after this.
Good morning, Vail.
Take the first game every one of us played in the schoolyard. Turn up the degree of difficulty to maximum, and then let loose some of the fastest and most agile athletes in the world to go one-on-one in what you have. is the most extreme pursuit contest you've ever known. It's intense, it's addictive, and there's only one rule. Don't get caught.
Oh my gosh. If you haven't seen World Chase Tag before, here's how it works.
2 teams of up to 6 athletes compete in a series of one-on-one chases. Each chase lasts up to 20 seconds and has 1 chaser and 1 evader.
Opportunity to points on the board! Oh!
Whoever wins the duel stays on as the evader, and teams get 1 point for each evasion they make.
And it looks like the opening point for this contest.
It's the best of 16 chases to win the match, with a sudden death chase-off required to break any ties. It's win or go home from now on. Don't miss it.
The Paltrowcast is an award-winning weekly series featuring exclusive interviews with entertainers, athletes, and other influencers. Tune in weekdays at 10 a.m. to see where the conversation takes us.
Paltrowcast. Discover the perfect blend of style and performance in your eyewear at Eyepieces. With convenient locations in Vail Village, Lions Head, Beaver Creek, Edwards, Basalt, and Snowmass, Eyepieces is the destination for luxury eyewear and high-performance optics. From iconic brands to the latest in sport frames and snow goggles, we have the eyewear to match your mountain lifestyle. Plus, we offer prescription lens services, including eye exams, custom lenses, and prescription goggles for your mountain adventures. Visit us today to experience the art of vision. Eyepieces, serving the Vail Valley's vision needs for over 40 years.
Good morning, Vail.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you are anything like me, you love checking out one of our local libraries through the Eagle Valley Library District. Well, now you're going to get to have the libraries come to you, maybe at one of your neighborhoods, with the new bookmobile. And to tell us all about it, we have Tegan Davis with the Eagle Valley Library District, and we're actually inside the bookmobile right now. Are we the first ones in?
You are.
Or one of the first few?
Yep, one of the first. That's not staff. Yes, absolutely.
Tegan, thank you so much for greeting us here today inside the bookmobile, Eagle Valley Library District. Newest initiative, and it's going to be out in the community soon, and we're coming here today to learn all about it. So let's kind of take us back in time a little bit and tell us how the idea of a bookmobile started and kind of where was this seed planted to have it here now?
Yeah, so we've done a few community surveys that are statistically valid, and in 2014 and 2021, and the responses we keep receiving from some of our community members is that our branches, which are in Avon, Eagle, and Gypsum, are hard to get to. So our district is rather large. So we're at Dow Junction, all the way up to the top of Tennessee Pass. We got Bond, Burns, Sweetwater. We go all the way to Dot Cerro. So our district is rather large, and so for some people it takes them 50 miles to get to the nearest branch.
Got it.
So the idea sprung from patrons' needs and requests of how to get library materials to them.
Right.
And so the bookmobile
is
one way to do it. And so the bookmobile was purchased 2 years ago, and because of supply chain demand issues, it took it a while to actually get built. This is a custom build for us.
Yes. I know that I've been talking to you and a few other staff members about this for a while now, so I know it's been a work in progress, and I know that you guys have been working hard to get this bookmobile up and running, and I love kind of that at the core of this is just making the library more accessible to those who, like you said, maybe it's a little bit of a drive for them to get to the community, to the library. They can now maybe have it at one of their communities.
Yeah, we're going to come to them and provide the services, hopefully, that they need. And so this is staged at the moment as like a library. So we're bringing the library to our patrons.
Bringing the library to the community. I love that. There's tons of books in here already.
There are.
How is this all going to work, or how is it all functioning? How is it all arranded in here? Tell us a little bit about in here.
So again, it's just like a little library. So when you walk in, we did create these handholds for the kiddies.
Yes, I love that.
To help them come in. So bringing a little bit of rock climbing culture into the library. We have teen fiction. We've got our movies. We got large print. We've got nonfiction. section. We've got our adult materials, we've got our children's materials,
So
and
we have
then
it all in here.
we have it all in here. So it's just like if you were to come to the library, it's just a little bit smaller.
Okay.
And then we'll have our computers set up so you can put things on hold. So if we swing by Dot and we have your holds, we'll be able to deliver them as well. And then we have our tech in here, so we'll have computers, hotspots. Again, little library. We're hoping to bring all the things in some of our bigger branches on a smaller scale to the communities. And then, yeah, you can come in, you can check out. We have a two-way door, so you'll be able to leave this way. If you need accessibility, this actually goes down, so it's an accessibility ramp. Again, we got our adult fiction large print, so we got our early readers, we got picture books. So again, little library
Something
coming
for
to you.
everyone.
Yeah.
Exactly. I love that it really is like a little library in here, so folks will be able to come in, browse, check out just like they would at the library. The process is pretty much the same exact thing as if you were to check out inside the library.
Put things on hold, we'll bring them to you, and then in the spring, summer, we're going to start programming, and so in these communities, hopefully we'll be bringing some story times and some other community programs, and we just want some feedback so we know what people want.
Yeah, so if folks want to, once this is up and running, come check out a book, they will need a library card just like they would inside the library.
And it's really easy to get, so we just need photo ID so that we know that you are you, and you can get a library card, and then you can check out all this fun stuff.
Awesome. So when are you all planning on getting the bookmobile out in the community, out in the different neighborhoods? When can we expect to see y'all?
You will see us on the road in 2025, hitting all the communities, and then you'll be able to learn our stops on our website, so evld.org. We'll have a page for the bookmobile, so you can know where we're going to be and hopefully plan your stays in your community and know that we're coming soon.
Yes, we'll definitely stay tuned for the bookmobile in 2025, kicking off the New Year strong. Bringing books to the community. I personally, I've told you before, I'm a library user. I love getting to come to the libraries and stuff, but having this in our communities, just maybe steps away from people's homes, where they can just come and check out books, I think it's going to be a game changer.
I hope so. That's the plan, that's the goal, and so that we can provide access where people are at, and so that they can get what they need, whether that is for improvement or entertainment. We want to be there for them.
I love that. What about when folks are done with their books and they want to return?
They can return it. We actually have a return bin right there. So
they can do it in the bus?
They can do it in the bus.
Awesome.
So you can pick up holds, you can check things out, you can browse. Again, we'll have programming later, but you can bring your returns back.
Can I check out a book in the bookmobile and then return it at a library?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Yep.
I love that. Tons of different options for folks to come in, maybe check out a book, see what's available. I'm sure there will be material kind of rotating through, and there will be new stuff.
Yeah, so again, little library, we're going to make sure that we have newer materials on here as well, so that when you come, it's fresh, and hopefully you find what you want.
I love that. Tegan, anything else about the bookmobile you want to mention for folks back at home? I know we're all waiting to get to see it out in the community.
I'm just really excited to have this offering to the community, and we would love your feedback, and we hope you enjoy it as well.
Yeah. So we'll definitely stay tuned for the bookmobile coming to you early 2025. Make sure to stay tuned. If you see it out in the community, stop by and check out one of the books. Or as always, stop by one of the libraries or visit evld.org to check out everything you guys offer, which you guys do a lot.
Appreciate that. Appreciate that. Yep.
Thanks for having us, Tegan,
thank you.
and giving us a little sneak peek on the bookmobile.
Thanks for coming.
Absolutely. We're going to take a short break, and we'll be back with more of the show after this. So stay tuned. We'll be back.
Good morning, Vail.
Next up, we've got a special duo from two of the best voices in the bluegrass and country genres.
We know you're going to love this one from Melanie Cannon and Willie Nelson. Here's Back to Earth.
And the songs our love created, I still sing. And every night we make the rafters ring.
The season starts when Nate Dogg, Trailer Tom, and friends have started the season in front of you.
There it is, the white ribbon of living.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
And on that very first chair, two very familiar faces who've been in line for 2 days.
My name is Nate Dog, NATE, DOGGGG.
My name is Trailer Tom.
Nate Nadler and Tom Miller live nearby.
I feared nothing but not getting first chair. Second chair nightmare. Yeah, second chair nightmare.
My goal is to continue to fight for this first chair as long as I'm physically able. First chair coming at us one more year.
Pascal. And I'm Andrea Jackson. Welcome to Life, Love, Shopping. How many personal stories you can share?
Do I? Yes, I
do. So even though you work for some good deals, too good to miss on flash deals. Now check this out.
Studies show spending time outdoors can help with depression, lowering blood pressure, and overall health and happiness.
Good morning, Vail.
We want to thank you so much for tuning in to your Sunday edition of Good Morning Vail. We love getting to be here each and every morning to bring you all of this wonderful community information, help you step into the kitchen, make something new and delicious that maybe you haven't made before, and then teach you more about hidden gems like the Eagle Valley Library District. It's one of my favorite hidden gems in the community, and I hope that you feel the same way. Make sure that you tune in each and every morning because we love getting to be here to welcome you into the community. I've been your host, Maddie Evans, and we'll see you next time.
Good morning, Vail. See what lies in store for you. There's so many things to see and do. Summer, winter, spring, or fall. Your home in the Rockies has it all. So get up, get ready to start your day. The coffee's brewing, you're on your way. The fun is waiting outside your door. Good morning, Vail.
You're watching K34QB, Vail, Colorado.